Be me, 32-year-old software engineer. Decent job, decent life. Think I found the one. Meet Sarah at a mutual friend's dinner party 3 years ago. She's cute, works in HR at a tech startup. Seems normal enough. We hit it off talking about our favorite Netflix shows. Start dating, everything's going great for the first 6 months. She mentions she's a feminist. I'm like, cool, equal rights, makes sense. I consider myself pretty progressive too. Why wouldn't I support equality? Oh boy, I had no idea what I was in for. Fast forward to month 8 of dating. Sarah starts going to these workshops on weekends. Something about radical consent and dismantling patriarchal touching norms. I'm supportive because I'm not a caveman. Consent is obviously important. She comes home from one of these workshops with a weird look in her eye. That night, I go to give her a hug when she gets home from work like I always do. She literally holds up her hand like a traffic cop. Stop. We need to establish verbal consent protocols. Watt.jpg. She's dead serious. Explains that from now on, every single instance of physical contact needs explicit verbal consent. I'm thinking, okay, maybe she had a bad experience. I'll be understanding. Sure, Sarah, we can work on communication. She pulls out a literal binder. This woman has created a 47-page document on consent framework for intimate relationships. There are flowcharts. There are appendices. There is a glossary. She explains that she's created a tiered system for different types of physical contact. Tier 1, casual touch, hand on shoulder, brief hug, requires green light, safe word. Tier 2, extended touch, long hug, yuhao, holding hands, requires emerald wow word. Tier 3, intimate touch, kissing, cuddling, requires jade, mif word. Tier 4, sexual contact, requires forest, pf word, plus a verbal contract, read aloud. I'm sitting there holding this binder like it's a bomb. Sarah, isn't this a bit much? Her face goes red. So, you don't believe in consent? Oh shit, PNG. No, of course I do. I just think we already have good communication. Good communication isn't enough. The patriarchy has conditioned women to accept unwanted touch. But you've never said my touch was unwanted. That's not the point. It's about institutional power dynamics. I'm exhausted and just want to not fight. Agree to try her system. Biggest mistake of my life. The next morning, I wake up and instinctively put my arm around her. She shrieks. Actually shrieks like I'm attacking her. No consent. No consent was given. I'm barely awake, totally confused. She's already out of bed, standing in the corner of the room, breathing heavily. Sarah, I'm sorry, I was asleep. I didn't mean. Intent doesn't erase impact. You need to internalize these protocols. She makes me sit through an hour-long re-education session before work. Make myself the biggest cup of coffee ever. Think maybe she'll calm down after a few days. She does not calm down. If anything, it gets worse. Week 2 of the consent protocols. We're watching TV on the couch, sitting like 2 feet apart. Might as well be in different zip codes. I want to hold my own girlfriend's hand. Hey, Sarah. Emerald? That's the safe word for holding hands. I remembered. She sighs deeply. I'm not in the emotional space for extended touch right now. We literally just sit there watching The Office in silence. This happens every night for a week. I'm starting to feel like I'm living with a roommate, not a girlfriend. Try to talk to her about it. Sarah, I feel like we're losing intimacy. Can we maybe modify the system? She starts crying. Not like gentle tears, full waterworks. I can't believe you're trying to pressure me into touch I'm not comfortable with. I'm not pressuring you, I'm just saying I miss being close to you. That's exactly what pressuring is. You're making me feel guilty. Can't. Win this argument. Don't even try. Month 3 of consent protocols. My buddy Dave asked me to grab beers. I need this so badly. Tell him what's been going on. He's looking at me like I've grown a second head. Bro, you need a safe word to hug your girlfriend? It's more complicated than that, Dave. No, it's not. That's insane. Get out of there. I love her, though. She's just going through something. Dave gives me the most pitying look I've ever seen. Whatever you say, man, but that's not normal. Go home that night. Sarah's in the living room with 3 of her workshop friends. They're all sitting in a circle doing some kind of weird exercise. One of them is crying while the others affirm her. I try to quietly go to the bedroom. Wait, Sarah calls out. Oh no, GGF. We're doing an exercise on male accountability. We need you to participate. Her friends are all looking at me with these intense stares. I'm tired. I've had 2 beers. I just want to sleep. Sarah, I've had a long... Duh. See, she says to her friends, this is classic avoidance behavior. They're all nodding like she's a professor, and they're taking notes. One of them, purple-haired girl named Max. Riley, she insisted on the MX pronunciation, speaks up. Do you realize that your refusal to engage in emotional labor is a form of violence? Excuse me, what? I'm not refusing, I'm just tired. I'll participate tomorrow. Sarah stands up, and I can see she's gearing up for a fight. You're always too tired to dismantle your privilege, too tired to do the work. Her friends are literally snapping their fingers in agreement. This is my life now, apparently. Fuck it. I'll play along if it means I can go to sleep. Sit down in the circle. For the next 2 hours, they take turns telling me about my problematic behaviors. Apparently, the way I load the dishwasher is patriarchal. I put the big plates in the back. The way I sit with my legs slightly apart is aggressive male posturing. The fact that I sometimes talk about sports with my coworkers is toxic masculinity. I apologize for things I didn't even know were problems. Finally, they leave at midnight. I'm mentally destroyed. Try to hug Sarah. Remember, I need consent. Jade, that's the cuddling one. I'm not in the space for that. Tonight was really triggering for me. Triggering for you? Sleep on the couch that night. Start to seriously reconsider this relationship. But then she has good days where she's almost like the girl I met. Those days keep me hooked. Month 5 of consent protocols. We haven't had sex in 2 months. Every time I try to initiate with the proper safe word, forest plus the verbal contract, she's not in the space. I'm going insane. Start working out more just to deal with the frustration. Sarah notices I'm getting in better shape, accuses me of trying to intimidate her with physical dominance. I'm literally just doing push-ups in the garage. Can't even exercise without it being a problem. One day I come home from work early. Hear Sarah on the phone in the bedroom. She's talking to her mom. Yeah, he's been really good about the protocols. I know it's a lot, but he needs to unlearn his conditioning. No, we still haven't. I'm just not attracted to him anymore. He's too compliant now. I know. Maybe I need someone with more backbone. Stand in the hallway feeling like I've been punched in the gut. So I follow all her rules and she's not attracted to me. But if I don't follow the rules, I'm a patriarch. Literally cannot win. That night, I try something different. She asks me to do the dishes, using her request framework, which requires me to verbally acknowledge and agree to the request. I just say, no, I'm tired. You can do them. Her eyes go wide. She's speechless for like 10 seconds. Excuse me? I said no, I'm tired. I'll do them tomorrow. She's turning red, getting ready to explode. But then something weird happens. She gets quiet, does the dishes herself, comes and sits next to me on the couch, closer than she's sat in weeks. You seem different today. I'm confused, but just roll with it. Yeah, just tired of overthinking everything. That night, she actually initiates contact, doesn't even use the safe word system. We have sex for the first time in 2 months. I'm so confused, but also relieved. Think maybe we're turning a corner? Nope. The next morning, she's back to the protocols. Last night was a mistake. I wasn't in the right headspace. We need to be more strict about the framework. She's now added new elements to the system. There's now a daily consent calendar. I have to fill out what types of touch I'm requesting for the next day. She reviews it each morning and approves or denies each request. This is my life. Month 7 of consent protocols. We're at her company's holiday party. She works in HR, remember? So half the people there are just like her. I'm standing alone by the punch bowl. One of her co-workers, Janet, comes up to me. Janet's normal, has a husband and kids. "Hey, how are you holding up?" she asks quietly. "What do you mean?" "Sarah told me about your arrangement. That must be really hard." I'm mortified that she's been talking about our relationship. "It's fine, we're working through some things." Janet looks sad for me. "Listen, I've known Sarah for 3 years. She goes through phases. Last year she was into crystal healing and thought Wi-Fi was giving her headaches. Before that she was convinced she had celiac disease even though all her tests were negative. So you think this is just a phase?" "I think Sarah latches onto things that make her feel special and in control, and I think you're a good guy who deserves better." Don't know what to say to that. Sarah appears and literally gets between us. "Janet, can you not monopolize my partner's time?" Janet just walks away. Sarah turns to me, furious. "What were you two talking about?" "Nothing, just small talk. It looked very intimate. Did you give her the impression you were available?" "What?" "No, Sarah, she's married. That doesn't mean she wasn't flirting with you, and you were probably encouraging it." We leave the party early. She doesn't talk to me for 3 days. I'm in hell. Month 9 of consent protocols. Christmas is coming. We're supposed to go to my parents' house. I haven't told my family about the protocols because how do you even explain it? "Hey, Mom. Yeah, I need to use a safe word to hug my girlfriend." The night before we leave, Sarah sits me down. "We need to establish boundaries for the trip." Oh God, what now? She's made a list of rules for interacting with my family. I'm not allowed to hug my own mother without first asking Sarah if she's comfortable with me showing physical affection to other women. I'm not allowed to be alone in a room with my sister, she's 19, because that might make Sarah feel insecure. I have to limit conversations with my dad to 15 minutes at a time because male bonding excludes women and reinforces patriarchy. I'm reading this list feeling my soul leave my body. Sarah, these are insane. If you're not willing to make me feel safe around your family, maybe we shouldn't go. Good. We won't go. Call my mom. Make up an excuse about work. She sounds so disappointed. I've never missed Christmas with my family. Spend Christmas Day sitting in our apartment. Sarah's in the bedroom doing a virtual workshop. I'm alone eating takeout Chinese food. This is the lowest point of my life so far. Think about breaking up with her. But we've been together almost 2 years now. I've isolated myself from friends to avoid drama. I've skipped family events. I've invested so much. Sunk cost fallacy is real, folks. New Year's Eve. Sarah wants to go to a party thrown by Axe. Riley, I want to literally do anything else, but refusing means a 3-day fight, so I agree. Get to the party, it's exactly what I expected. Everyone's talking about intersectionality and problematic media. Someone's crying in the corner about microaggressions. There's a consent station where you write your boundaries on a name tag. I write he, him, open to conversation. Sarah writes she, her, do not touch. Verbal consent required for eye contact. Verbal consent for eye contact. I'm getting drunk. I don't even care anymore. Some guy named Sage starts talking to me about cryptocurrency. Most normal conversation I've had in months. We're just two dudes talking about Bitcoin. Sarah appears out of nowhere. Can I talk to you? Privately? Here we go. Pulls me into the bathroom. You were talking to Sage for 23 minutes. She was timing it. So, he's a nice guy. We were talking about crypto. You barely talked to me for 23 minutes anymore. What does that say? It says I don't need a permission slip to have a conversation. I'm yelling now. I've finally snapped. It says I'm tired of walking on eggshells. It says I'm tired of needing a safe word to touch my own girlfriend. It says I'm exhausted, Sarah. She starts crying, but not real crying. That manipulative crying. I can't believe you're yelling at me. I feel so unsafe right now. Mex. Riley is suddenly at the bathroom door. Is everything okay? Sarah, do you need support? He was yelling at me, Sarah sobs. Riley glares at me like I'm a monster. I think you need to leave. Gladly. I walk out of that apartment and just start driving. End up at Dave's place at 1 a.m. He opens the door in his pajamas. Dude, what? You were right. You were so right. Spend the night on his couch. Dave and his wife make me breakfast in the morning. Watching them interact is painful. They just touch each other casually. She puts her hand on his shoulder while pouring coffee. He kisses her forehead while passing by. No safe words, no protocols, no binders. Just normal human affection. I want to cry. Get about 50 texts from Sarah. First they're worried. Where are you? Are you safe? Then angry. I can't believe you abandoned me at the party. Then manipulative. I'm having a panic attack and you're not here. Finally, we need couples therapy. This is on you to arrange since you're the one who left. Dave's looking at my phone over my shoulder. Don't do it, man. Just end it. I should at least try therapy, right? I did yell at her. After months of her insanity, any normal person would have snapped. His wife Emily chimes in. I'm usually one to advocate for therapy, but honestly, I don't think this is fixable. She doesn't want a partner. She wants a pet she can train. Her words hit hard because she's right. But I text Sarah anyway. Okay, I'll find a therapist. Week later, first therapy session. Spent 3 days finding a therapist Sarah approved of. First 5 weren't trauma-informed enough. Finally found Dr. Patterson, a middle-aged woman who specializes in feminist relationship dynamics. Should have known this would backfire. We sit down. Dr. Patterson asks us to explain why we're here. Sarah talks for 35 minutes straight. I'm not exaggerating. I watched the clock. She explains the consent protocols like they're completely normal. Talks about how I violated them multiple times. Mentions me raising my voice at the party like it was domestic violence. Dr. Patterson is nodding along, taking notes. Finally, she turns to me. And what's your perspective? I take a deep breath. I feel like I can't do anything right. I follow all her rules and she's not attracted to me. I push back even slightly and I'm abusive. I just want a normal relationship where I can hug my girlfriend without saying a safe word. Dr. Patterson is quiet for a moment. It sounds like you're resistant to examining your privilege in this dynamic. I'm sorry, what? Sarah has created a framework to help her feel safe, and your resistance to it suggests you prioritize your comfort over her safety. This therapist just met us 40 minutes ago, and she's already on Sarah's side. Sarah's sitting there with this smug look. See, even Dr. Patterson gets it. The therapist continues. I think we need to explore why you feel entitled to physical affection without proper consent protocols. I don't feel entitled. I just think a relationship should have some spontaneity. Spontaneity is often a code word for ignoring boundaries. I'm paying $200 an hour for this. We leave the session. Sarah's happier than I've seen her in months. That was so validating. Dr. Patterson really understands trauma-informed care. I'm dead inside. We do 3 more sessions. Each one is the same. Dr. Patterson and Sarah gang up on me for an hour. I'm given homework like examine your male socialization and journal about times you've benefited from patriarchy. After the 4th session, I tell Sarah I don't want to continue. Of course you don't, because it's working and you don't like what you're learning about yourself. It's not working, Sarah. Nothing's changed. Everything's changed. You're finally being held accountable. That word, accountable, I've grown to hate it. February, month 11 of consent protocols. Valentine's Day is coming. I don't even want to celebrate, but I know not doing anything will be worse. Plan a nice dinner, buy flowers, get her a gift. She opens the gift, a necklace she mentioned wanting. Her face falls. You bought me jewelry? Yes. You said you liked it when we saw it at the mall. Jewelry is a patriarchal symbol of ownership. Men give women jewelry to mark them as property. The necklace cost me $300. I'm so tired. I just wanted to get you something nice for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a capitalist, heteronormative construct designed to enforce traditional relationship hierarchies. We sit in silence at the restaurant. Don't even eat. Just push food around our plates. The couple next to us is laughing and holding hands. They look so happy. I want to be them. We go home. Sarah goes straight to bed. I sit in the living room until 3 a.m. Something breaks in me. I finally admit to myself that this isn't going to get better. She doesn't want to get better. She wants to be right more than she wants to be happy, and she definitely doesn't care if I'm happy. The next morning, I start looking up divorce lawyers. Wait, we're not married. This should be easier. I start looking up how to break up when you live together. Our lease is up in 4 months. I can make it 4 more months, right? Narrator, he could not make it 4 more months. Week later, something happens that forces my hand. Come home from work, Sarah's in the living room with her laptop. She's got this weird look on her face. We need to talk. I sit down, nervous. I've been doing a lot of work on myself, she starts. Oh God. And I've realized that monogamy is a tool of the patriarchy. Here we fucking go. I want to open our relationship. I just stare at her. You want to see other people. I want us both to see other people. I've been reading about ethical non-monogamy and it really resonates with me. Sarah, we haven't had sex in 6 weeks. We can't even hug without a safe word. And you want to add more people to this? That's exactly why we should open it up. Clearly our needs aren't being met. We can find others who are more compatible while still maintaining our connection. I'm actually laughing now, like genuinely laughing. It's either that or cry. What's so funny, she demands. Connection? What connection? We don't have a connection anymore. We have a legal contract that requires verbal consent for eye contact. She stands up, angry now. I knew you wouldn't be evolved enough for this conversation. Evolved? You think this is about being evolved? Sarah, this is about you wanting to sleep with other people while keeping me around as your emotional punching bag. That is not... Yes, it is. Admit it. You're already interested in someone. Her face goes red. Bingo. There's a person in my workshop, MX River. We've been connecting on a deep emotional level. Mex River. Of course it's Mex River. I don't even know who that is, but it doesn't matter. They're all the same. So, what? You want my permission to sleep with Mex River? I don't need your permission. I'm an autonomous human being. I'm just being ethical by telling you. How kind of you. We stare at each other. 3 years together, and it's come to this. I want to break up, I say. The words hang in the air. Sarah's expression cycles through shock, anger, and then something I didn't expect. Panic. What? No. We just need to work through this. There's nothing to work through. This relationship is dead. It's been dead for months. She starts crying. Real crying this time. But I love you. We can fix this. I'll relax. Some of the protocols. Some of them? Sarah, they shouldn't exist in the first place. Don't leave me. Please, I'll change. We can go back to how things were. She's literally on her knees now. The same woman who needed a safe word for hugs is clutching at my legs. Sarah, stop. It's over. I'll sleep on the couch until we figure out the apartment situation. She's full on sobbing now. Part of me feels bad. Most of me feels relieved. The next few days are tense. Sarah oscillates between begging me to stay and screaming at me for abandoning her. She tells all her workshop friends. I start getting messages from people I've never met. MX. Riley, you're really going to leave her when she's at her most vulnerable? Typical male behavior. Someone named Star. I hope you know you're literally committing emotional violence. Mex River, the one she wanted to sleep with. She deserves so much better than you. I block all of them. Tell my boss I need to work from home for a while. Start apartment hunting. Find a decent 1-bedroom across town. It's smaller and more expensive, but I don't care. I need out. Tell Sarah I'm moving out at the end of the month. Not waiting for the lease to be up. I'll pay my half until then, but I can't stay. She threatens to sue me for what? I don't know. Then she threatens to hurt herself. I call her mom. Her mom, who I've met twice, sounds exhausted. She's doing this again. Again. This isn't the first time she's had a relationship end like this, her mom explains. She gets really into these phases, and she pushes people away. Then she falls apart when they leave. Why didn't you warn me? Would you have listened? You seemed happy at first. I hoped she'd grown out of it. Her mom agrees to come stay with Sarah for a few days. I feel slightly less guilty about leaving. Moving day comes. I've packed all my stuff. It's not much. We didn't really combine our lives that much. Guess the consent protocols prevented that too. Sarah's in the bedroom, won't come out. Her mom's there, helps me carry boxes. For what it's worth, her mom says, you lasted longer than the others, and you were kinder about leaving. Don't know how to respond to that. Drive to my new apartment, it's empty and quiet. I order pizza and eat it sitting on the floor. My phone won't stop buzzing. Sarah's sending walls of text. Then she's apologizing. Then she's angry again. Then she's listing all my faults. Then she's begging me to come back. I turn off my phone, eat my pizza in silence. It's the most peace I've felt in a year. Week later, I'm starting to feel human again. Bought a couch, hung up my posters, been hanging out with Dave again. He's just happy to have his friend back. You look better, man. Like you were looking actually sick there for a while. Realize I've lost 15 pounds from stress. Start eating properly again. Start sleeping normally. It's amazing what leaving a toxic relationship will do. Get a message from Janet, Sarah's coworker. Hey, I heard what happened. Good for you for getting out. Want to grab coffee sometime? We meet up. She's genuinely nice. Tells me more about Sarah's history. Apparently she did this same thing to her ex before me. Created elaborate rules and systems, pushed him away, then fell apart when he left. She's not a bad person, Janet says. She's just deeply insecure and copes with it by trying to control everything. That doesn't excuse what she did. No, it doesn't. I just thought you should know that it wasn't about you. That actually helps. Been blaming myself, wondering if I was the problem. Month after the breakup. I'm doing okay. Been on a few dates. Nothing serious, just remembering what it's like to interact with normal people. Went on a date with a girl named Amy. We're at dinner, conversations flowing. She laughs and touches my arm while telling a story. I don't flinch. I don't ask for a safe word. I just exist in the moment. It feels revolutionary. She notices me smiling. What? Nothing. Just thank you for being normal. That's a low bar, she laughs. You'd be surprised. Get a text from an unknown number. It's Sarah, from a new number since I blocked her old one. I saw on Instagram you're dating someone. Already? After everything we had? How did she find my Instagram? I made it private. Realize one of my friends must still follow her. Doesn't matter. I don't respond. She sends another message. You're going to do the same thing to her. You're going to make her feel unsafe and leave when she tries to establish boundaries. That's who you are. This would have destroyed me 2 months ago. Now I just feel sad for her. Block the new number. Delete Instagram for good measure. 2 months after breakup. Running into people who know Sarah. They've heard her side of the story. In her version, I was controlling and abusive. I refused to respect her boundaries. I yelled at her constantly. I isolated her from her friends. It's all lies, but I don't have the energy to fight it. Dave wants to confront her. Bro, she's telling people you were abusive. You can't let that stand. What am I going to do, Dave? Post a rebuttal on Facebook? Get into arguments with people who've already made up their minds? So you just let her trash your name? The people who matter know the truth. Everyone else, fuck 'em. He's not happy, but he respects it. Honestly, I just want to move on. 3 months after breakup. I'm seeing Amy regularly now. It's not serious yet, but it's nice. She's a graphic designer, funny, emotionally stable. We're watching a movie at my place. She cuddles up next to me without asking. Just naturally, like a normal human being. I put my arm around her. No safe word needed, no protocol, no binder. Just two people enjoying each other's company. She looks up at me. You okay? You seem tense. Yeah, sorry, just not used to this being easy. What being easy? This. Just being close to someone without it being complicated. She sits up, concerned. Your ex really did a number on you, huh? I've told her bits and pieces. Yeah, but I'm getting better. She kisses me. Soft, sweet, uncomplicated. Take your time, she says. Nearly cry from the kindness. 4 months after breakup. Get an email from Sarah. Subject line, I'm sorry. Debate whether to even open it. Curiosity wins. It's long, rambling. She's been in real therapy, her words. Not the feminist one who validated everything, but an actual therapist who's calling her out. She's been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and severe anxiety. She's on medication now. She's sorry for how she treated me. She understands now that the protocols were about her need for control, not actual safety. She hopes I'm happy. She's working on herself. Won't bother me again. I read it 3 times. Part of me wants to respond, wants to say thank you, or I'm glad you're getting help, or I hope you find peace. But I know that any response opens a door, and that door needs to stay closed. I delete the email, feel a weird mix of sadness and relief. She's getting help, that's good, but she's not my responsibility anymore. 6 months after breakup. Dave's having a BBQ. I'm actually excited about social events again. Amy's coming with me. We're in a good place, talking about making it official. Get to Dave's, there's like 20 people there. Music, beer, burgers on the grill. Dave pulls me aside. So, don't freak out, but Emily invited Janet, and Janet mentioned she might bring Sarah. My stomach drops. What? Why? They're friends. Emily didn't think it through. I told her not to, but you know how she is about including everyone. Is Sarah here? Not yet. Look, if she shows up and you want to leave, we leave. Bros before, whatever. Appreciate him, but decide to stay. I'm not running anymore. About an hour later, Sarah shows up. She looks different, hair shorter, dressed more casually. Looks healthier, actually. She sees me, freezes. I nod at her. She nods back. We don't approach each other. It's incredibly awkward. Amy notices. Is that her? Yeah. Want to leave? No. I'm good. We're good. We stay. I make a point of not looking in Sarah's direction. Focus on having fun with my friends. At one point, I'm laughing at one of Dave's dumb jokes. I glance over and Sarah's watching me. She looks sad, but also accepting. She raises her beer bottle slightly, like a toast. I do the same. It's closure, I guess, as much as we're going to get. She leaves about an hour later, doesn't say goodbye to me specifically. I breathe easier when she's gone. Emily apologizes profusely. I'm so sorry. I didn't think... It's fine. Actually, I'm glad it happened. Now I know I can be in the same space as her and be okay. Amy squeezes my hand. Yeah, I'm okay. 1 year after breakup. Life is good. Amy and I moved in together last month. It's shockingly easy. We just live together. Like normal people. No contracts, no protocols, no safe words. We have disagreements, sure. But we talk about them like adults. And then we hug it out, without asking permission. Revolutionary. Ran into MX, Riley, at a coffee shop. They glared at me. I smiled and waved. They looked confused. I'm past caring what those people think. Heard through the grapevine that Sarah's dating someone new. Apparently she's much healthier in this relationship. Happy for her, genuinely. Everyone deserves to heal and grow. But also grateful it's not my problem anymore. Dave asks me one night while we're hanging out, do you regret it? The time with Sarah? Think about it. Honestly, no. I learned a lot. Like what? Like what I will and won't tolerate. Like the difference between being supportive and being a doormat. Like the importance of maintaining yourself in a relationship. Deep stuff. Yeah, well, crazy relationships will do that. Would you date another feminist? Dave... Amy's a feminist. Most women are, in the sense that they believe in equality. You know what I mean. If you mean, would I date someone who uses activism as a weapon to control people? Fuck no. Never again. He laughs. Learned your lesson. The hard way. But yeah, present day. Writing this out has been cathartic. It's been 18 months since I left Sarah. Sometimes I still have weird habits, like asking Amy if it's okay to hug her. She always looks at me like I'm crazy. Babe, you never have to ask. Slowly unlearning all the conditioning. It's getting easier. Saw Sarah's Instagram the other day. Yeah, I looked. Sue me. She's posted a long caption about her journey of healing and learning to love without control. Good for her. Really. I hope she's happy. I hope she's actually doing the work. I hope her new partner doesn't have to go through what I did. But mostly, I just don't think about her anymore. Moved on with my life. Learned my lessons. Found someone who makes life easy instead of complicated. The moral of the story: consent is important. Communication is important. Boundaries are important. But if you need a 47-page binder with safe words for basic human affection, you don't need a relationship. You need therapy, and your partner deserves better. I deserved better, and I finally found it. MFW, I can hug my girlfriend whenever I want. MFW, we have a healthy, normal relationship. MFW, I dodged the craziest bullet of my life. Feels good, man. Actually, feels fucking great. 3 years after the breakup. Married to Amy now, she's pregnant with our first kid. Life is incredibly normal, and I love it. Got a message on LinkedIn, of all places. It's from Sarah. Just says, congratulations on your marriage and the baby. You deserved someone easier than me. Be well. I show Amy. Are you going to respond? I don't know. Should I? That's up to you. But I think she's just trying to clear her conscience. Amy's probably right. I type out a response. Thank you. I hope you're well too. Short, civil, final. Close that chapter of my life for good. Later that night, Amy and I are on the couch. She's got her feet in my lap. I'm rubbing them while we watch TV. She smiles at me. Remember when you told me about the safe words thing? Vaguely trying to forget it, yeah. I still can't believe that was real. Me neither, and I lived it. Our kid is going to have such a normal childhood. The bar is literally on the floor, but yes. We laugh. She reaches over and holds my hand. No safe word needed. Just love, just comfort, just normal. And it's everything I needed. TFW, you survived a relationship with a crazy person and came out stronger. TFW, you found actual happiness. TFW, you can finally just exist without walking on eggshells. Gonna be okay. Anons. If you're in a relationship that makes you miserable, if you need permission to show basic affection, if you're being told you're the problem for wanting normalcy, get out. You deserve better. I promise you deserve better. There's someone out there who won't make you jump through hoops. Someone who will just love you. Simply, easily, normally. Go find them and never settle for less again.